And welcome back, everybody, as we continue our coverage leading up to the Wake Forest game. Happy Thanksgiving week. We're joined now by KJ Ruff, Kenneth Ruff, who comes to the Orange as a skinny little tight end and didn't really know what you're going to get into here, KJ. And I'm going to start with an old Coach Mack approach. As he would say, tell the people how big you were when you first got here and how big you are now.
When I first got here, I was 245 pounds. I'm now 305 now. So, yeah, it's been a big change for me, but it's been good. The strength staff has done a great job. So,
what about your strength numbers and the lift in that time? And obviously you changed positions going into the interior defensive line, and at the start it wasn't clear where you were going to play.
Well, my first week here, I did the 225 rep, I think 11 times. This past summer, the last week, I did it 31 times, I believe. So, yeah, it's been a lot has changed. My bench max went from maybe 250 to like 415 now. So it's been a lot.
Well, changed. It's a very cool transformation to see you guys do it. What did you think you were getting into when you first showed up here, KJ? And now when you look back, how's it turned out for you?
It's been great. My biggest worry when I got here was the winters, but it's been pretty good. I've enjoyed every moment of it.
And position-wise, you've lined up on both sides of the ball, not quite to the extent that Chris Elmore has this year, but now a defensive tackle and a run stuffer. How have you viewed your season so far?
It hasn't been the way we wanted it to be, but at the end of the day, we're all focused on getting better each game by game. So, it's been a lot that we've learned this season.
Overall, this experience, the idea of Coach Babers and this recruiting class showing some faith in what you were getting into, has that been delivered upon in terms of your belief coming in and what you hoped your Syracuse football experience would be?
Yes, he's always preached for us to have belief without evidence, and we've seen the good times, we've also seen the bad times. So we have to see past the times we're in right now and learn that we have the opportunity to win the next game.
Sure. Got one more game left against Wake. We'll get your thoughts on that in a moment. What have been the best times in your mind?
Beating Clemson, beating Virginia Tech. Honestly, that 10-3 season, we had fun every single day of that season. So it was, it's been a blast.
Yeah. Has this season been fun, not fun? What are the prime differences, do you think, last year to this year?
Like I said, I don't see this season as being like a loss. It's been sort of like a learning opportunity for all of us, even the older guys that are getting out of here. So I don't see it as, being a downfall at all. That we have some disappointments with how we played, but overall, we're just all getting better.
Sure, KJ. One of the guys we don't talk about enough that was a difference from last year to this year played your position, Chris Slayton. Are we seeing just the impact he made? Because obviously the defense has not performed to the level that last year's defense did, and there's a number of reasons, but certainly that unsung position that you play would be one of them.
Yes, of course. He was, like you said, a run stuffer. That guy, he took up 3 or 4 guys on some plays, and it was unbelievable watching it from, playing next to him. So it was crazy, man. I still miss him to this day.
Yeah. A couple games for Bear Williams to come back and help your group. You and Josh Black are there. How much does it help to have that longer batting order there, more guys rotating in?
It's been great. I've missed playing with him. I played in high school with Bear, and, seeing him out there having fun again, it brings a smile on my face as well.
What about for you in the season that you've had individually as you've grown into this position? How would you evaluate your play?
Honestly, I let myself down in some areas, but I've also learned that I had to grow into this position, and I feel like I've gotten much better than I was my freshman year, much better than I was my sophomore year.
That's a big part of it, right? We talk about you growing into it physically, but in terms of the mental approach, knowing where you're supposed to be, hand placement, and all those little minute details that nobody sees at your position, defensive tackle.
Exactly. It's been a big change, but at the same time, that mental growth, as you just spoke on, it's been the biggest part of my game. Okay,
Wake Forest comes in. We visited with Evan Foster. He's talking about tempo. What's the most important thing to keep in mind against Jamie Newman, against this kind of attack?
I would say the tempo as well, but we practice against, I would say, one of the fastest teams you're ever going to see. So I think we'll be prepared for it.
Do you catch yourself in a game noticing the tempo either as fast as your team or considerably slower, and how do you adjust to that over the course of the game?
I notice it when it's slower. Like we have more time to settle down, see the signal, get understand what's coming to us. Versus when it's faster, it's more up tempo. We have to see everything get lined up, make sure everybody knows we're on the same page. So I notice it more when it's slower, honestly.
Yeah, and the communication obviously is a key element there.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to make sure we're all giving each other signals, especially if we're in a away game and it's loud, or even if we're in the dome on third down. We love hearing that, but at the same time, we can't even hear each other, and I'm lined up right next to Josh Black sometimes, so it's tough, but we enjoy it.
Yeah, the fans are getting into it. It's meant meant to confuse the offense, but it is important that you guys are able to get everybody in the right spot.
Exactly. Yes, it is. Like I said, there's times I'm literally looking at Josh and I don't know what he's saying. So it's tough, but
Okay.
we enjoy it. We love the fan support.
Yeah, good problem to have, and I bet that'll be one of the memories you'll have leaving here, huh?
Oh, of course. I'll never forget all of the moments we've had when you hear the third down and everybody's all jumping around, and it's fun, man. I enjoy it.
You know, guys who, when they're done playing football, they say the thing they miss the most is just being around the guys. You know, for you, it sounds like you would agree with that. And what do you think will be the lasting memory of your Syracuse football experience?
Like that locker room atmosphere, man. I've seen everyone come through there. I've seen the Eric Dungies running around playing all the time. Even Slayton is a giant baby. He likes to play around all the time. But I'm gonna miss it, honestly. You know, like some of my closest friends came out of the locker room.
Yeah, very cool. They'll be friends of yours for a lifetime. Exactly. Now, this is one of the great weeks of the year, KJ. It's Thanksgiving week. Football and Thanksgiving closely linked, and you guys tend to go to coaches' houses. What's your plan for Thanksgiving, and what's your approach to that big feedback?
Man, I can't eat the way I want to eat because we have
come
a
on.
game 2 days after. But I'll enjoy just being around the guys one last time on Thanksgiving. Spending time with my coaches and just like I said, just being around the guys. It's our last Thanksgiving together.
Now, a guy who adds 60 pounds during his college tenure has to know how to eat, right? So you got to enjoy some Thanksgiving at some point. What's your play?
Maybe a little bit of ham, some turkey, not too much. I won't go too crazy. I'm holding myself back.
All right, I'll eat your share, okay?
There you go. You got it. You
Okay.
can take it.
And the last thing would be the idea of the senior walk, something that Coach Babers has instituted for after the game. Is that something that is important to you, and what type of things do you try to take in maybe when the game's over? And if you had a win, obviously it's a little more cheerful, but what will you do?
Make sure I'm just there to comfort my mom. She's been through everything with me, and I know she's going to be emotional. So I'll be out there, just basically picking fun at her for a little bit. Having fun with her for the last time here. Yeah,
well, it's the unsung heroes of the program, really the backbone, the parents who send their kids here. They come in as kids, they leave as men. Certainly, KJ, you're a great example of that. We've enjoyed getting to know you over the years and wish you the best, okay?
All right, thank you.
That's
I
number 45, KJ Ruff, joining us here at the Orange and Wake, 12:30 Saturday.